I think it's important to remember, first of all, the strategic position of the shed. It's not by coincidence that supporters, that the ultras in virtually every club take up a position behind the goal. Usually they're the cheapest seats in town, and secondly, you have greatest access to the visiting goalkeeper. And I remember on one occasion when Digger O'Brien arrived in Turner's Cross, the smallest goalkeeper in the league, I believe, although the man is 5'10". The shed broke into a chant of "Are you small or far away?" And I got a chuckle out of that one. But Digger O'Brien, who's a tremendous character, as most goalkeepers are, funnily enough, did a backflip and a somersault and arrived like this into the goal mouth, and the shed just burst into applause.
They had no stretcher there. I don't know what match it was. That was about 15 years ago.
That was ages ago,
a long time ago, no, like, you know. And
St. John's.
St. John's guys came out with a plank of wood, and they put your man on the plank of wood and carried him off.
Yeah.
Like, you know. So it was always bring on the plank.
Whenever anyone got injured, it was bring on the plank.
I don't think the club could afford a stretcher.
That was the thing.
In the old dressing rooms where the old directors used to go, of course, we were just next to the shed, and you could literally hear most that went on, and it was just hysterical. And the wit was something else.
I remember when Cork City, if I remember correctly, were playing Shamrock Rovers in the final game of the season. This fella emerges from the back row of the shed, and he parades down the steps of the shed until he gets about level with the goalkeeper. And at that point he raises his two hands and he shouts, "Noali!" And with that, of course, everybody in the shed went silent, and the keeper turned around like this, and there's your man behind, and he said, "Do you want that brought back from the shop?"
They used to call me Medusa because my hair was different, and they used to sing to me, and "What the fuck is on your head?"
Well, the chant they had for me was, my nickname was Skippy. So they had the Skippy the Bush Kangaroo team. So when I scored, they used to do the Skippy team song and start bouncing along the shed, which was quite hilarious.
And one evening the team wasn't doing well, you know, which is rare enough, but this particular evening they weren't doing well. And a little contingent of the shed noticed my presence over at the corner. So they started to chant, "Bishop Buckley, give them a blessing." So I had to quietly move away at that stage because it went around the stand in and everyone started.
There was like there was three guys in front of me, and they were arguing about the floodlights, you know, like for every season there was like rumours about floodlights. And one guy says, he was listening to the other two guys arguing, and one was saying like, "No, we need to get the floodlights, we need to move on," and all this. And one guy says, "Sure, why do we need floodlights? We never have night games." And to this day, I don't know whether he was being funny or being stupid, but I think that was the shed. It was like you had, like, you know, the comic genius and the kind of inane. It was like a mixture of the two. There was kind of no in between. It was either like brilliant or it was just like, right.